Live at 6, this is 13 News Now.
Off the top at 6 o'clock, bracing for another round of winter weather.
The line of white just crossed over into the Commonwealth. Within the past few minutes, flakes started to fall in Blacksburg.
Most of Virginia will see some form of snow over the next 24 hours. Here at home, road crews are already out pre-treating the roads.
School administrators are watching this very closely. We just learned Portsmouth schools are closed for tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lawson is here to time this storm out for us.
All right. Well, we've been talking about this since last Wednesday. We've had some fog, still a little bit of a hint of it out there, especially the closer to the coastline you get. There's nothing at all to track right now on radar, nor will there be tonight for me, but at least not here in our immediate area. I could track it out in Western Virginia by then, certainly, as we could now. Temperatures right now are at freezing. That's going to set the stage. They're not going to go much below that. You saw we're at 100% humidity out there right now. So in general, our forecast has stayed very, very consistent here. We said yesterday that if we were going to do anything, it would be to up the amounts maybe near the coastline if the storm were to strengthen offshore. I think the odds of that are going up a little bit. So we're still going to generally say an inch or two here in the immediate area. Don't be terribly surprised if we get some sort of a band set up near the coastline. But overall, the heaviest amounts are still going to be, we believe, back into Central Virginia, central areas of North Carolina. So nothing even remotely like the storm that we had come through 2 weeks ago, but often an inch can be harder to drive on when it gets packed down into ice than if you had 6 or 8 or 10 inches like we did with the last storm. So the temperatures, again, dropping right now. Some inland areas are a little warmer. They'll drop from the mid-30s back into the lower 30s. But in general, we're going to have a calm but chilly night, and then things start to get interesting tomorrow. We'll have more on the timing coming up.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Let's take you live out to the roads. The last storm melted VDOT's snow removal budget. Despite that, crews say they are ready for the first flakes to fall.
Stephen Graves spent the day with those crews. He picks up our team coverage from Ward's Corner.
David, Regina, I'll tell you, those crews, those VDOT crews, while they've closed up shop for the day, they'll be back dark and early tomorrow morning. Work is well underway, though, even after that recent blizzard completely depleted the snow budget. Another round of snow in Hampton roads.
It shouldn't be too bad this time.
Oh no, here we go again.
Even though this go-around is not expected to be that much, Norfolk resident Marvin Ball is clearly not a fan. One of his main concerns, like everyone else, is those roads. He says his sports car did not fare well in our recent blizzard.
The interstate was really not in great shape either last time.
Interstate was real good. It was just the inner roads.
A lot of times it will also depend on the hour that the snow falls.
Paula Miller is with VDOT, the agency over interstates and other state-owned roads. She says the last storm was such an undertaking, it depleted the year's snow and ice budget, which was about $5 million. Money's now being taken from other areas in the maintenance budget, like pothole repairs and cutting grass.
If there were more storms still this season, there may be other districts in the state that aren't using their snow removal budget. We could perhaps tap into the statewide maintenance budget.
Miller says the focus is always on the here and now and safety on the about 2,700 miles of lanes that they take care of.
We spare no expense for safety. You know, driver safety is paramount.
So the salt, sand, and brine, plow trucks ready for what's around the corner. People like Ball say they're all for it, whatever it takes to keep the roads clear.
Take the money from elsewhere. Don't leave the road untreated.
Do something.
Do something.
And Miller says treatment actually started on Monday. She told me that she thinks VDOT crews did a good job in the blizzard simply because people used common sense and stayed off the roads if they didn't have to be. She's hoping, of course, this go around it's the same. Reporting live in Norfolk, I'm Stephen Graves, 13 News Now.
Cities are also preparing. Hampton Public Works tells us crews are spraying brine until the first flakes fall. Then crews will start working 12-hour shifts until cleanup is complete. The city has 600 tons of salt on hand. That is the weight of about 45 HRT buses.
Now to Norfolk, you may not see plow trucks right away. That's because crews wait until more than 2 inches of snow have fallen. Today, crews are concentrating on pre-treating roads. Leaders say they're ready for whatever Mother Nature throws at them.
We're prepared. We have our salt and sand. We've replenished all of it, and we're ready to go to get out there as soon as we see some snow falling, if necessary.
Plow and salt crews ask drivers to give them plenty of room to do their jobs.
Now is the time to download the 13 News Now app. Get weather alerts and school delays as they come into the newsroom. It is free for Apple and Android. Staying on top of breaking news out of Virginia Beach, the city taken to court by the developer behind that failed arena deal. In the past half hour, we heard from the city. The city attorney isn't commenting until his staff reviews the documents related to the case. Mid-Atlantic Arena seeks $140 million after a deal to build an arena at the oceanfront fell through. That was back in November. City leaders say developers missed a critical deadline. Mid-Atlantic Arena says that is not true.
Staying in Virginia Beach, in the past few minutes, talks started on the future of an oceanfront landmark looking live at the fishing pier on 15th Street, which could face the wrecking ball. Developers want to replace it with this right here. You're looking at it, a massive two-story entertainment complex complete with, right there, a Ferris wheel. All right, 13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton live for us tonight at City Hall as neighbors have their say on the plan. Allie?
Well, that meeting just started minutes ago, David, and people are going to be able to go inside and voice their opinions on if they want this pier or they want to keep the old pier. But many of the people I spoke with today say they like the new idea.
Sometimes we do seasonal flavors.
The Beach Pier gift shop has called this home for the past 41 years.
In the spring, we do orange cream.
And while the pier continues to show its age, manager Patty Hines says there's always been talk about redoing this area.
I was told in '99 that we'd have a pier in 2 years, and everything keeps falling through. And I'm just hoping this time it is actually going to happen.
Mayor Will Sessom says it may become a reality. He says a proposal has already been submitted to the city. The pier would be 2 levels with shops and restaurants along with a Ferris wheel on the top and fishing underneath.
I believe it's an icon for a coastal community.
Sessom says the city would only own the pier and a parking garage. The rest would be a private investment. The total cost from the city, $25 million. That money would come from tourism taxes.
I suggest that we continue to invest in tourism so that we can expand the amount of money that we can not only put into stormwater but to schools and public safety.
And many Virginia Beach residents are excited about the new possible development.
I think it would be great for Virginia Beach, for the tourism. You know, we have a lot of people come here during the summertime, and I think it would be great for the city.
Now, if this project is approved by city council members, Mayor Sessom says the project would then go to bid in the next 90 to 120 days. Live in Virginia Beach, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.